family of faith here at Desert Foothills. It's Pastor Mark on this Wednesday. Last Wednesday we talked about Afghanistan, and this week I want to talk about the vaccine. So I don't know if this is a new trend here. We talk about current events or something on Wednesdays, but it's not intentional anyway. We'll see what happens going forward. But I do want to talk about the topic of the vaccine. It's something that obviously everybody has been talking about for a long time. I do want to share information on the vaccine as far as just questions I've heard from people from the religious side of things. And I've asked one of our members, Dr. Paul Lynch, to share, just answer some of the more common questions on the medical side of things, like safety and things like that. I won't even try to speak to those issues, but I do want people to know on the religious side that the Lutheran Church, Missouri Synod, our denomination, does not have a doctrine or an official statement or anything that would allow, say, someone to be in a conscientious objector to getting the vaccine or for some kind of religious reasons. Now, actually, the president of the Lutheran Church, Missouri Synod, has issued a number of letters and statements on this. I'm going to attach or put a link in the bottom of this YouTube video. So if you want to read much more about this, you're welcome to. But I'll read just one quote from the Dr. Matthew Harrison's, or the president of the Synod, his letter concerning the COVID vaccine. He said, "The Pfizer and Moderna vaccines were not designed, developed, or produced using cell lines derived from aborted human fetal tissues. They were not utilized in making those vaccines." It's one of the big questions I've gotten over the last 6 months or so. They were not used for those two. I believe there's other companies, other vaccines, maybe they did. But Pfizer and Moderna are clean, I guess, for lack of a better word, as far as that goes. I'm also going to put a link, something else our church body has put out. This is kind of a vaccine fact sheet. And that link's also here in the description, again, below the video. There's a link there, and it says that members of the Synod and Synod congregations are encouraged to educate themselves about vaccines, consult with trusted healthcare professionals, clergy, and those who may be impacted by the decision, and then act on the basis of informed conscience as to receiving the vaccine. So, and then there's one more link I'm going to put in the description. It's from Alliance Defending Freedom. They've issued, again, they qualify, it's not legal advice, okay, but these are attorneys sharing what they know about vaccine questions, and especially how it might relate to your employer and how that might work. So I'm going to hand over to Dr. Lynch to share some information about the medical side of the vaccine.
Hello, DFLC family. I'm Paul Lynch. Many of you guys know me. I'm a anesthesiologist and pain management doc here in Scottsdale. I wanted to make a video for you guys. I've been talking to Pastor Mark a little bit about vaccinations and why I got vaccinated and my family's been vaccinated, and was just talking a little bit about how so many people in the church have avoided vaccinations for different reasons. And I just wanted to, over a few minutes, talk about why I chose to get vaccinated. First of all, when COVID first hit, I went to New York City back in April of 2020 and saw many, many people die from COVID-19. I spent a lot of last year making videos and educating people on COVID because it's such a horrific disease and so many have died. And at this point, many people watching this have probably been affected by COVID as well. But I also know that many watching this maybe have chosen not to get vaccinated. And I wanted to address that. When the vaccines first came out, I know they came to market very, very fast, but I took time and I read the two big studies that came out last fall. One was from Moderna and one was from Pfizer. It was about 75,000 patients in the study, and the data was overwhelming. Vaccinations were not only safe, but they were incredibly effective. The data showed about a 95% reduction in your chance of getting COVID if you had been vaccinated. And so at that point, I was quite sure that I was going to get vaccinated as soon as I was able. I did get vaccinated. My wife got vaccinated, and everyone in my house that's old enough to get the vaccine has been vaccinated so far, including my 16-year-old and my 13-year-old. As the year's gone on, we have more and more data showing that now over 170 million Americans have been vaccinated. There's been very few side effects so far. And so the combination of seeing what I saw personally in the death and destruction from COVID, along with reading the data, and now watching what's happened over about 8 months, I still feel very strongly that vaccination's the right thing. What I recommend to people is if you're on the fence and you're not quite sure, go talk to your doctor about it. About 98% of physicians in the United States have either been vaccinated or plan to get vaccinated soon. 98%. So if you're on the fence, I would recommend you talk to your doctor. One last thing I'll just say for me personally, being fairly young and healthy, you could look at the math and make an argument. I don't have to be vaccinated. If I get COVID, I'll probably be just fine. As a matter of fact, I did get COVID and I was okay. But one thing that was important to me as I thought about it for me personally, and I prayed about what I should do, is getting vaccinated is not just what's best for my health, but it's for my patients, for my family. I've got a mother and father that are over 70 years of age. For me, it was, I don't want to be a person that's part of spreading this to someone else. I don't want a decision that I make personally to hurt the health of others. So on top of the data being clear for me, I also I've got vaccinated as Christian service to my fellow man. I just wanted to give you guys this message. If you see me around church and you have any questions about the vaccine or its safety or whether it's right for you, please feel free to come and ask me. God bless you guys and stay safe.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to this episode of current events, hot topics, divisive topics, maybe. I know everyone has the right and should do what they think is best for them, but I don't want to be silent when there could be somebody making a decision on bad information. Everybody's got their own reasons. Everybody's got their own concerns and their questions. I'm just going to try to answer the ones that are related to our faith and our belief in God and His Word and what He's given to us to base our lives on, to make our decisions on. So I pray God's blessings for each and every one of you. God, keep us all safe and in His care. Thanks.